I'm Joshua Potts, Mr. Possible, always with the brother with the same mother, Aaron Potts, Super Hot Potts, and you're watching and listening to your favorite two black runners every single
Olympic trials special, baby. Oh no, that slogan wasn't cool.
Yeah, come on.
Hey man, I'm gonna have to stick to the Two Black Tuesday, bro. I mean, we got one more podcast after this, so maybe I could switch it up.
We'll see.
Maybe switch it up.
We'll see. It's all good though. We're here filming this on the last day of competition at the Olympic trials, but we're covering day 9 of the Olympic trials. We're out there. We're able to cover the men's discus final, the women's 200 final, the women's shot put final, the men's 200 final, and the women's long jump as well. And the women's 10K final too. Amazing races from yesterday, and we got to talk to most of the champions from the day, and really just some great stories as well.
Yeah, this was a crazy day in the mix zone. It
Absolutely.
was like, we got there, it's quiet, but people don't understand, like, the athletes go through so much by the time that they get to us. So with just how things stacked up today, it was just like, we're chilling. We actually got to go watch the 200 live. We got to watch the 100-meter hurdles live in the stadium. But a lot of the time when we're doing these mixed zone interviews, we're just down there in the trenches. But since how everything was scheduled today, it was just like, throw out your plans, boom, for like a quick 30 minutes. Every single athlete you could think of is just in the mix zone, and you're just trying to get who you can on the podcast.
No, but it was a great time to be able to have that conversation on the podcast. Had a different approach to everything too. We had this fun podium question at the end of just what the athletes most expected from the Olympics, that athletes that are going. And then we did also the characteristics of what makes these athletes Olympians. Really wanted to have these athletes showcase their personalities, because we want to hear like the characteristics that make them this great athlete, this great Olympian, but also just like what are the characteristics that like may unexpectedly make you an Olympian too, like watching anime or watching rom-coms or being quirky or any type of thing like that. So really just like a fun, wholesome episode in a lot of different ways where we had really great conversations overall.
Yeah, and talking to the people, the champions, and the people that made it to the team it's really cool to just get those first reactions from people for how they're really just like conceptualizing that, dang, like I am an Olympian now. Like talking to someone like Brittany Brown, who we seeing up close and personal, and to like hear from a wide variety of people of what makes them them, is very inspiring. But I think it's also encouraging to like, everyone's answers are a little bit different sometimes. And it's like, embracing who you are and leaning into that. And I feel like that takes you far. And it was great just hearing the athletes speak on that.
Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy all of these stories of Olympians going to Paris, competing for USA in athletics. I think they're all going to do amazing. We're sending some great group of men and women. I think you're going to enjoy this episode from day 9 of Two Black Runners at the Olympic Trials.
The homie.
Really, their homie, former person on the podcast, Brittany Brown. Remember, Aaron, right before the race, I told you, I was like, bro, Brittany's going to make this team, bro. Like, she always seems to surprise people, you know what I mean? And she got out and didn't look back, finished second, or did she get third?
She finished second. No, she finished second.
Finished second, got a PR with it too, right behind Gabby Thomas, and Brittany Brown is an Olympian.
Yeah, it feels great to say it, and it's cool. Like you'll see in this one, we've gotten to watch her development very close up, being that she's from the IE, that she's racing in California a lot. It's been really cool. You see the ups, you see the downs, but to be here for someone's moment like that is really awesome, and I feel honored that she's been on the podcast before too.
Yeah,
we're talking about her being unsponsored on the podcast. Now she's an Olympian, and she's a world silver medalist in the 200. She's an Olympian, and she qualified for the world's team last year, so she's legit. Like you can't say anything against her no more.
Yeah, she has made her stamp. Brittany Brown.
Yes, Brittany. Man. Man, it's crazy.
I know.
I remember when we had you on the pod.
I know. You guys still do the podcast?
We still do the podcast. We can have you back. We can bring it back.
Bring it back. Run it back.
We can run it back.
Okay, run it back.
But I remember just talking about you were at Worlds. You got second place. It still wasn't sponsored. And then you switch up your coaches and everything. You make the world team again. And now you're, I'm just going to do the two. You just came over from, being on the podium, getting the medal. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even know what to really ask at this point. It's just like, it's crazy, huh? What does it feel like?
Like I was telling her, I was like, I feel like I just ate some really good food. And when the food hits, it's like, ooh, this is so good. Like, it feels so delectable. Like, that's how it feels right now.
Freddie actually described it in a similar way.
Really? Okay.
He said something like, you drink some water, but imagine it was like a whole, and it tastes good, but it's like a whole pool. So it's like, you can't, take it all in.
Yeah, so refreshing. So,
That's awesome.
Yeah. It feels good. It feels amazing. It's been a long season. Like I was telling them before, I didn't get on the track till January and February. I was dealing with injury last year. I ran through all last year with injury. So we took a lot of time off. We took a lot of time off. I was definitely a little stressed. Injuries just make you feel down and out. And I'm happy for my team of people who have supported me. My coach has been very patient with me. He didn't try to rush me back. The doctor said 2 months off, and we did 2 months off, and 2-3 months off, and so it's been a long season, and I'm just really grateful for my team and for me.
We're super happy. We love to see it. So this is actually, we're cutting up the mixed zone interviews, and we're putting them into the podcast. So you on the podcast right now, basically.
Okay. Hey, podcast.
Hey. But basically what we've been asking everyone that's made the team is, what are those parts of you that make you into a Olympian, like those personality traits or things that you think of yourself?
I feel like a competitor and resilience. I like to run, I like to compete, I like to challenge myself, I like to push myself. In practice sometimes too, I do like to push myself. And then just resilience. I feel like dealing with injuries, dealing with changing coaches, changing environments, being signed. I deal with a lot of changes. So I'm just happy and proud of my resilience. When things go wrong, I figure out a way, no matter what, I feel like I can rise from the dead. I'm telling you, some of my workouts I was doing back in January, we got on the track once a week, once or twice a week in January, and then February was more consistent workouts. Some of those workouts I was like, Coach, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I can barely run 28 seconds. I was struggling to I was when you're out of shape, coming back from injury, it's hard. It's just so hard. And I remember he looked at me one day, he's like, you're gonna be fine. I'm mid-tears, Coach, I'm not gonna make it. He's like, look at me. I'm just I'm freaking out. And he's like, you're gonna be fine. And I was fine.
We've also been wondering, is there any quirks to yourself that you think contribute to your success on track and field and make you an Olympian as well?
I talk to myself a lot. I think myself knows a lot of answers. So I talk to myself out loud, and people think I'm talking to them, but I'm not. And I feel like some people are like, oh, what's going on? I'm just like, no, I'm just talking to myself. So,
I be doing that too. When I be working, I be doing that.
I just she knows.
Yeah.
She's all these people know. So I feel like that's one little quirky thing I do sometimes. And, I feel like that's probably about it. I'm a little weird. I talk about myself a lot. I'm very, I love people, but I also can be very, I'm a little turtle shell sometimes. So that's a little quirk about me. So, yeah.
Okay, and last question I got. We want to do a podium, rank these 1 through 3.
Okay.
So, and it's about the Olympics.
Okay.
So 1 would be the opening ceremony at the Olympics.
Oh my God.
2 is going to the Olympics with your family and everything. And then the 3rd one is watching other sports at the Olympics. If you could rank those in order.
That's a toughie. Because I'm excited about watching other sports too. I would say 1, opening ceremony, 2, family, and then 3, seeing other sports.
Opening ceremony has been consistently number 1.
I'll probably cry. I'm such a cry. Oh, that's another thing. I'm a really big crybaby. I will cry at old people videos anytime. If you send me an old people, someone oh, helping this old person, I'm like, oh, this old person. I love old people. Any sad baby videos, cute, I will cry. So yeah, I love to cry. Like I will tell my friends like, I can't wait to go home and cry. Like I thoroughly like, I just need like.
That's just feeling. You're just in tune with yourself. Yeah, you can just feel.
Good cry, happy, sad. I just love a good cry. So yeah.
Well, go get some crying in.
I know, I probably will. I'm surprised I haven't cried yet.
Yeah, it's gonna hit. You gonna get back to the hotel. She gonna cry in the car. Watch.
I can't believe it.
Like you gotta whoop it.
I'm a girl though. Leave it. The snot cry too, but the snot coming down. That's the one with me. So.
Well, yeah. Congratulations again, Brittany. We're so happy for you. The whole IE is cheering for you.
Thank you.
We got you. 909, we with you. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
909. And 951 too, right?
We could include that, but okay.
Probably one of the greatest stories in track and field, especially NCAA track and field, if you guys were watching here at Averett Field, was McKenzie Long. Like, honestly, before we started, just before I got the interview, I just had to say thank you, because, like, she's made track and field super entertaining. Her story, her vulnerability, all of that has made, like, her entire journey into the Olympics, like, super special.
Yeah, I mean, she's been a star.
Yeah.
And it's like the perfect ending to the story that she's here. I won't call it the ending, but that the story can continue. Yeah. She's gonna be on this team, and she's gonna be surrounded with some great women. Like to be on the team with Gabby and then Brittany, veterans on the team, and then when you even think about the 100 team with Kyree, TT, and Melissa, there's a lot that she's gonna take from this experience, and I think she'll be around for some time.
She really burst on the scene and is now a part of this golden age of women's track and field. McKenzie Long, let's talk to her. I just want to say thank you. Like, thank you for, like, just your vulnerability and, like, everything. Like, just from what we've seen, the NCAAs, like, it's really been cool. Like, it really has been, like, it's been cool to see that, and you even, like, sharing your faith and all that stuff. Like, for me, just to you, like, it's been dope, and like I'm really excited to see you in Paris. But I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about this. Okay, about the Olympics.
Yeah.
You're Olympian now.
I am.
Wild. You're an Olympian.
Crazy.
What part of you do you feel like makes you Olympian? Like, what characteristics, just the parts of you, make you that Olympian? You know.
I would probably say overcoming adversity is a huge characteristic that I've endured just to even get me to become an Olympian. With everything that's been thrown at me, I'm still able to conquer, and I'm still able to be here, and we're going to Paris.
There we go. So what are those things that aren't typically labeled as an Olympian, but you still are that Olympian that make you an Olympian, that people don't talk about, like the quirky things or things people wouldn't expect that you like or dislike that make you an Olympian?
I would probably say I have no social life. That's probably one of the most quirkiest things.
Well, you're a homebody?
I am. Yeah. Oh, I have a dog. His name is Rilo. And I literally just want to be like cooped up with him. Like even like after all of this, I want to go home and like be with my dog. Yeah. So that's probably one of the quirkiest things.
That's fair. You be running, trying hard all the time.
Exactly.
That's fair. Like you need rest.
Thank
rest.
You.
There you go.
Everybody's like, what are you gonna do to celebrate? I'm just like, sleep. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, I feel you. All right, last thing, I want to do a podium. So you're gonna rank first, second, and third, just like any other podium.
Okay.
Of these three things that you're most excited for at the Olympics, I'm giving to you. So the opening ceremony.
Okay.
Hanging out with your friends and your family out there in Paris.
Okay.
And then lastly, dang, I just blanked. What's the last one? Oh, I got it. Watching other sports, athletes. Those three.
Okay, I would probably say the opening ceremony, 1. 2, being with my friends and family. And then 3, definitely watching other athletes.
Why is opening ceremony 1?
Because you see the rings, the fire, like you see that everywhere. And you just want to be there physically to see that. And that's literally like everybody's dream to see. So, yeah.
That's fair. It's gonna be your first time seeing it too.
Yeah, exactly. This is like a dream come true.
Yeah.
So
you're about to say a once in a lifetime experience. It
ain't
gonna be once in a lifetime.
I was like, oh, let me not say that.
There you go. Congratulations, McKenzie.
Thank you.
Best of luck in Paris.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Aaron. Honestly, this was probably one of the most like, I was really excited to talk to Parker Valby. Like, honestly, like, I feel like I've seen Parker Valby just so much over the past like 2 years, and she's only run college. She hasn't been like USA, so we haven't got to talk to her. And especially this year, like, she's been everywhere, breaking records, all this, and she has this big personality. Like, I was like, dude, this is gonna be tight. Like, to talk to Parker Valby, and I think it lived up to the hype. Like, this was an interesting conversation. It was fun. It was funny. Like, yeah, I'm excited she's making the team.
No, like. It's great for the sport.
Yeah.
You know, to have someone like that with that personality too. And it was also cool because I feel like this whole year we watched her dominate in NCAAs and chase after the Olympic standard so much. So I feel like a lot of people are really rooting for her.
Yeah.
So it was cool to see her not only just make it, but to, you know, battle to the finish and take second. I think that was really
I didn't know
great.
she had that kick in her at all. She still got third. She got out kicked by both of them, but like she was literally battling Weini, Kelati, Carissa Schweizer in that last 100 meters. I didn't know she had that in her, but she's on the team and she's going to be competing at the Olympics. Parker Valby.
The 20K race walk, and I was like, why did I not do that? It just seems so much easier.
The hips, though. The hips. Your hips.
I know. I'd totally mess up. I would totally mess up.
All right, Parker, congratulations. An incredible season.
Thank you.
You're not, this isn't the cap. Like, the cap is still to come. You know, it's been amazing so far. Going into this race, I want to talk about when you broke away, the three of you, Weini, Carissa, and you, and like battling the last 100 meters. Like, what was do you remember that? Like, or is it?
I didn't really expect that to happen. I thought that I was just running this race for third place.
Yeah.
But obviously anything can happen, and I felt good on the day, and that was a lot easier than the 5K.
Yeah.
I never thought that it would come down to a lead in the 10K, but it did, and somehow I pulled it off.
Were you less bored in this 10K? Well, I feel like bored's a strong word, but
Bored is a very strong word, but
were you more intrigued, more?
I took this race more lightheartedly, and I saw like Tara before the race. She told me good luck, and during the race, we were like smiling at each other, and I was smiling at Jasmine, my former Gator teammate, and I was just having fun with it out there. And yeah, it's a lot more fun when you're having fun.
There you go. Now going on to the world stage, that's a big stage. You get the race against the best woman in the world.
I know, it's crazy.
What's your expectations for that? How are you excited to go and do that?
Oh, I'm just taking it one day at a time.
Yeah.
This is my first experience. This is my third race out of college.
Yeah.
So I'm still learning and taking every day by day.
All right, two more things for you. So you're an Olympian now.
Crazy concept, yeah.
Yeah, crazy concept.
Crazy concept.
What is it about you that makes you an Olympian?
I don't know. That's a good question. Probably I feel like I have a lot of dedication. Like, once I have a goal in mind, I will achieve that goal no matter what it takes.
What is the thing that people wouldn't probably think makes you Olympian? Like the quirky side of you. You're still Olympian because of it, but like...
A lot of people probably would say that I wouldn't be here. I did. A lot of people said I wouldn't be here, that I wouldn't make this team. So I love proving people wrong. And yeah, I guess what's different is I don't really run a whole lot. Like these 10K runners, know they run like hundreds of miles a week. And I run 40 miles a week at max. So that's probably what makes me different. But fitness is fitness, and cross training works.
No, most definitely. You're a proven fact. You're a proven part of it. Now, last thing, I have a podium, first, second, and third. I'm gonna give you three things of what you're most excited for in Paris, or just expectations. Got the opening ceremony.
So I don't really know much about the Olympics.
Wait, what do you mean? You don't know?
Like, I don't know, like how everything works.
Well, like you have the opening ceremony where like it's big, extravagant party, little dancing. You have watching other athletes, then hanging out with the fam, friends, Olympic Village. Where would you rank though, first, second, third? Of how?
Well, seeing as though I've never experienced
or just like you're most excited to do, you know?
In Paris, number one, I'm probably most excited for just seeing the Eiffel Tower. I don't know, I've never been to Paris. I've never been outside the US besides like the basic states like Mexico and Bahamas, places like that. So I'm just excited to
be there.
Venture out. I'll be happy to be there, and I want to hit up Switzerland on the way to see the cows. And I just think that it's like an unreal place, so I'm really excited.
Wait, what's so special about the Switzerland cows?
They have Highland cows.
What does that mean?
Hey, honey. Highland cows.
Highland.
They're the cutest cows ever. Look them up. I'm going to have one as a pet in my house.
Okay, I'm going to do this right after that. Okay.
I'm going to have a mini one so it doesn't grow.
Okay, absolutely. Yes. Congratulations, Parker.
Thank you.
Enjoy all the festivities.
Thank you, I will.
Now, I'm super excited to talk to Parker Valby, but I was even more excited to talk to Weini Kelati, bro. Because this is something we've done work for Under Armour in the past, and like she's barely been off the team, and just she's won Foot Locker before, and she was on the podcast, and she's just super nice, bro. And she won. She won,
Yeah.
and she was going to the Olympics.
Yeah, I'm happy. Not that she just, obviously we all were like, yeah, she's gonna make it.
Yeah.
But I wanted her to win that race.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, we just seeing her. I just feel like we seeing her grind, and she's missed some teams, but the teams were really good. Like when it was Natasha, Carissa, and Elise. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I felt bad for her when she was not making those teams. So honestly, bro, I felt a little emotional when she won. Like I was like super happy for her.
No, for real. I'm super happy for Weini Kelati and excited to see what she does on the world stage. She was talking about like she didn't want to be on the roads as much anymore, you know? Like she wants to really focus on the track and like give this a fair shot. And like I'm excited to see what she's going to do with these great women overseas. But Weini Kelati. Congratulations, Weini Kelati. You're an Olympian. You're U.S. Olympic Trials champion in the 10,000 meters. I don't think that's set in yet, but how are you feeling?
Thank you. I'm still in disbelief. I'm going to process this the next 2-3 days right now. But I'm happy to make the team and to win the race.
Yeah, and you've won national championships on the road. Like you've done that. What does it mean for you to now finally get that win on the track?
It feels amazing. That's the one reason that I didn't move up to road racing completely because every time I feel like I'm ready, I can do this on the track side. But I always came up short to my goals. And I said I'm not going to leave the track before I make the team. So I feel like I had an unfinished business on the track, so happy to make the team on the track side.
But this is such a great race and a race that you usually don't run where you outkick two amazing women at the end. How excited are you like to compete again on the world stage? Like
I'm very excited. I mean, my training has been going really well. I've been hitting PRs in every single short workout I do.
Yeah.
It makes me very excited to see that because I've never been in that spot when I do my short workouts. But this year, it was like I can see the improvement. That gives me confidence. And I know it's going to be a hard one in Paris, but I'm going to go out there and do my best and to have the best race of my life.
Dang, I love that. You're Olympian now, amazing. What part of you feel like makes you that Olympian? What characteristics, personality traits make you an Olympian?
I just be mentally strong and do not give up in whatever you want to do in life. That's the type of person who I am. That's who I am. Every time, it doesn't matter how it gets, how hard it gets. Cry every night, wake up happy in the morning, and work toward your goals. And
But what are those unexpected traits that people probably don't even know but makes you still an Olympian? Like the quirky things possibly about you that make you an Olympian?
How much hard work I put in my training, and also everything I go through is behind the scenes. People doesn't have to see a lot, doesn't know who you are. They only see the outside of you, and you always laugh and chat with people, but it's not who I am inside, There is another person who pushed, there is another person, another Weini that's inside me who pushed me through to do this.
Yeah, that makes sense. Last thing, so we're doing this podium. So you're gonna rank first, second, and third of these three things that you're most excited to do at the Olympics. So you have the opening ceremony, you have hanging out with your friends and your family in the village, all of that, and then lastly, watching all the other sports. Where would you rank that first, second, and third for you?
Oh my God, family and friends first.
There you go.
I'm a big family person, and I love my friends too, because this is the people who support me and pushed me through, and who support me to be the person who I am today. So like I will put family and friends first, and of course the medal ceremony and watching the race is my favorite.
There you go. Congratulations, Weini. Super excited for you in Paris, and let's go get a medal. Like, come
Thank
on.
you. That's possible.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Let's go do it. Congrats.
Thank you.
Raven Saunders is now coming on to the podcast. An amazing personality. She's back in the sport, finished the second today in the shot put. Aaron, you talked to her.
Yeah, I mean, if Raven Saunders is in the mix zone somewhere, I'm talking to her.
You have to.
Because she got something to say. And she was looking fly. She was the flyest person out there. Nails, grill, like chain on.
Just even the warm up. I don't even know if that's a warm up.
Even I saw her how she walked out to the stadium. I was like, yo, that's just hard. You know what I'm saying? So I just needed to pick her brain for a second. But she's on a comeback. She didn't really get to compete last year. She had some things going on. So I'm happy. She's the type of person we need her. We need her over there, bro. We need that energy.
Yeah, most definitely. Raven Saunders, welcome back.
1, 2, 1, 2. Living in America.
What's up, Raven?
What's poppin', baby?
You back.
Yeah, man.
You shining too.
I don't know what you talking about.
Come on now.
I don't know what they be talking about out here.
Man, what's it feel like? Being Olympian,
Oh,
twerking on Hayward as an Olympian.
man,
That's
listen.
something different.
Listen, they cut me off the last time I was twerking on NBC, so I feel like it was only right for my redemption story and me coming back to be able to come back and twerk a little longer for the people. You know, it's a really happy and exciting moment to be able to come back after everything that happened and really do this, you know?
Yeah, and we always appreciate the swag that you come out with.
Thank you.
Even when you was walking out, you had that little limp in you.
Yeah,
I love it.
listen. Everybody got to bring their own style, their own pizzazz and stuff like that to the sport. And being a shot putter, I've been one of the ones that really been trying to, you know, set different standards and show women that we can really be different. Like I'm not really a nail person, but I'm like, man, ain't nobody doing it, so let me try something different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's kind of like it's an art.
It is, man. Doing what you.
Yeah, for sure. One thing we're on a podcast right now.
Hey, okay.
Black Runners podcast. What we've been asking everyone is, what do you think are the characteristics of yourself that make you an Olympian?
Oh man, I feel like how I talk to the people, how I try to motivate people, how well I compete when it's, you know, crunch time, and really, yeah, like using my platform for something that's bigger than myself. I feel like all of the greatest Olympians that I've been able to see and watch and witness, who I've been personally a fan of, have done the same thing and similar things. So it's nice to be an Olympian.
Inspiring the next generation.
Have to.
But also, are there any quirks from yourself that you think people would be surprised that help you be successful?
I mean, my twerking and my dancing, it really do help. Like, if you see me in a gym, if you see me at practice, I mean, people have seen some of my, like, practice videos and stuff like that, but it's a way for me to, like, let loose, have fun, be free, and really be myself and make the best of these moments.
For sure. Last question I got, then I'm going to let you go. I want to hear so we call this the podium. I want to hear your talk. I want you to rank these 3 things. Okay, first one is going to be the opening ceremony at the Olympics.
Okay.
Having your friends and family with you at the Olympics.
Okay.
And then going to watch other sports, if you had to rank those.
Friends and family, number 1. Going to watch other sports in that opening ceremony. People don't understand. Opening ceremonies, your feet be hurting.
That's what
legs be tired. It's really not all as hyped up to be, except for the outfit. The outfit be clean. But besides that, man, it's tiring.
I was asking Andrew, who won Disc, I asked him, I was like, what's about the food? He's like, there is no food. You just be out there.
No, you literally just standing in one spot. Even though we gon' Even though we're gonna be on a boat, like it's still gonna be probably a lot of walking.
On the river.
Yeah. So it's gonna be fun though. I'm excited to see. I'm gonna check out the plan and the maps and see what it's gonna be like before I decide if I'm gonna go do it this time around. But I'm gonna keep my outfit.
Is there what athlete that you're most excited to see out there?
I mean, really, I really don't care. Everybody's elite to me, so really just meeting anybody, no matter the sport. I always take my time to try and learn about different sports, how hard people work, the different training and things like that. I mean, obviously everybody be with the NBA players, but they be so off into their own world. Like, it's hard for you to catch them outside of opening ceremony, so we gonna see.
Well, appreciate you, Raven. We excited that you on the team back in Paris. Bringing all of you to the team. We need that. We need that.
Thank you. Thank you.
I appreciate you.
Appreciate it, baby.
The whole entire meet started with a great discus competition. First up, we got to talk to the second place winner, Sam Mattis, bro. Aaron, you actually know Sam a little bit. Well, you met him last year.
Yeah, I pulled up on Sam after Prefontaine Classic. There was like an athlete thing, and Luis put me on. I came through, and that's where I met him. So I was like, oh shoot! When he was walking around, you're like, oh yeah, we got to interview Sam. We got second. I was like, oh wait, that's the homie. But no, he's just a really nice guy. So it was cool getting some time to talk to him.
Yeah, it's really nice to just talk to these field event guys that are really just love the sport, that have a passion for it. And this is a second Olympic team, someone that's going to be around for the discus for a long time. Let's talk to Sam Mattis.
Bro, what's it feel like to just call yourself an Olympian once again? to do it again. What does that mean?
It's cool, man. It's a lot of hard work. Like, you think you make one team and you're like, okay, I kind of got this figured out. I know what my training has got to be. I know how I got to prep for this meet. But then you have to do that for 3 or 4 years straight. And it's never straightforward. Like, this sport is never straightforward. It's never like just a linear path of progress. Lots of ups and downs. So it's cool to, after a lot of downs and a couple ups, be on the right side of it.
And we were talking about previously, like with COVID, it almost feels, this Olympics feels different.
Yeah, no, it kind of feels like the first real Olympics in a while. Like,
yeah.
I mean, when I was in Tokyo, like during the competition, like that felt like, all right, I'm in the Olympics. Like, I got to go, I got to focus. But this will have like all the festivities around it too, which I've never gotten to experience, so I'm pretty excited for that.
Yeah, Paris is going to be dope. One thing we've been asking everybody here is just, we want to hear from you. What are the parts of you that make you to an Olympian?
I think I'm like hyper competitive to an annoying degree when it, like, in a lot of things, like playing Smash Bros or something, my friends hate me the way that I play. Like talking to you, Noah and Rudy.
Shout out Noah, shout out Rudy.
Or like Catan, also talking to you, Noah and Rudy.
He on your head. You ain't gonna stop.
But yeah, super competitive. And then when it comes to the stuff that I focus on in my life, like I put 100% of my effort into that and try to block everything else out and just like obsessively focus on one thing that I can do well. And I think that's what you got to do at this level of sport.
So are there any parts of yourself that people wouldn't think make you an Olympian that contribute to that success too?
I think probably some of my hobbies and interests are like pretty soft and touchy-feely. I like gardening, I like birding, I like hiking, and just doing quiet stuff in nature. So maybe that sort of stuff.
Get your mentals right, though.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's just like an extended meditation.
Where are you from, actually? Are you from?
I'm from Jersey, and I've been living in PA for the last, 12 years.
PA got forests and stuff out there?
Yeah, I got the Appalachian Trail right next to us.
Okay.
So,
I'm from the West Coast. So
there's actually, there's nothing to do where I live, but there is a lot of nature stuff, and that's cool.
And last question, I'm just going to throw this in. Was it all worth it? We've been asking everyone that, too.
Oh, hell yeah. I think my mentality going into this, and then the last Olympic trials, too, was, this is just one meet, but the whole journey has been the most important part. Like, it'd probably be harder to say that if I didn't make it, but
yeah.
I was trying to tell myself that, every day going into this, that, I'm going to do my best. However the cards fall, they fall. But, the last 3-4 years, I've learned a lot and grown a lot, and I think that's the most important part.
Well, congratulations. To be an Olympian not once, but 2 times is crazy. Something that you're going to be able to tell people forever, so congrats to you, man.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Thank you.
That discus event was definitely one of the best things to watch at the beginning of the meet. People were shaking the net. Everyone was clapping, but the winner was Andrew Evans. He came out there, and he has an amazing story. That's why I was really excited to talk to him, Aaron.
Yeah, you said something about 2 years.
Yeah.
He didn't throw and stuff. I didn't know all that about him. But also, throwers, they're just so calm.
Yeah,
very
for
chill,
real.
You know what I mean?
For
Laid
people
back.
that be screaming and be clapping and just be aggressive, when they throw, really calm individuals that they're probably loving too, We wouldn't expect it. But Andrew Evans, 2-time Olympian. All right, Andrew, congratulations.
Appreciate it.
Going to the Olympics. I want to start here though. We're like on a podcast, so I feel like sometimes we get kind of deep.
Okay.
But you didn't throw for 2 years before 2022, and you weren't here at the last trials, but you made 2016, and now you're going to the Olympics now.
Yeah.
Just with all of that in mind, just what's happened in the past 8 years? It seems unorthodox.
Yeah, life just happens. It wasn't easy for me to train where I was, and then I was coming off of a 4th place at that last U.S. Championships in 2018. So the funding goes, and I just moved to a new town. It was hard to get adjusted. I kind of trained here and there, but it just wasn't in the cards. And then when I wanted to come back, COVID stuff happened, and it was just all really weird timing. So when I got a chance to get back into training a full year and get back into competition, I took it, and I think that was 2022.
Yeah.
Got a full year of lifting in, and started throwing really late, which was weird, but the distances were coming, and it was a really great year. I mean, technique just somehow evolved in the time that I was away. Just maybe thinking about it more and less of doing the bad habits of the old technique. So all those things aligned, and I just come out of that in a really good spot, and not overtraining, just listening to my body, all these things. So.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's almost like you took a break, and it's the second half of your career. When you in 2016, you finished 3rd, then making onto the team. Now finishing 1st, making onto the team. Is that a different confidence level that you're going to bring in, and just experience that you're going to bring in?
I think everyone kind of recognizes that the golden years for throwers are kind of the early 30s. I don't know that I would really trade them for my early 20s and mid 20s. My body felt a lot better then. And I had much better availability to train and all that stuff. But I feel really seasoned, really confident in what I'm doing now, and the minimalist aspect of it. But I still have goals beyond what I did here today. And it'll take some going back to the drawing board and reassessing to maybe get north of 70 or go for the American record.
Yeah, there you go. We would love to definitely see that. And since you've been Olympian before, you've had this title for years. What parts of you would you just make you an Olympian, would you say?
What parts?
Yeah, what parts of you, characteristics, do you feel like make you an Olympian? Because you are an Olympian, but what do you know what I mean?
Well, I don't know that it's any different than any other year. There is some mental toughness, I think, for sure. Everyone's going through it, but those are the types of things that I think you set up before you get to a meet like this. If anything, all the years that I've thrown, I just know that I need to be really consistent in practice so that when I come to this meet, I'm confident and I'm not shaken so easily with, am I going to feel like the discus is square in my hands or something, and I can just go out there and do what I've been doing and just make it very simple, not overcomplicate it, not feel like I have to reach into my bag of tricks to pull something out. And that's really where I was at. I was at about where I've been in practice, and I just didn't have to do anything crazy. I just did what I've been doing.
And what's the parts of you feel like people wouldn't expect that make you an Olympian? Just the things that no one would even know about, but you're still an Olympian because of that,
I mean, maybe it's just the grind. Maybe it's just the consistency of just waking up every day and through the hard days and stuff like that, getting out there and getting done what you can. I mean, I think that's really the key, is just really being able to grind and just and stay consistent.
All right, before I get you out of here, we're doing this thing, it's called a podium. So I want you to list these things as your podium, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of what you're looking forward to at the Olympics. So we got the opening ceremony.
Okay,
we got
that's gold.
That's gold?
That's number one.
Oh, I didn't get the next two.
The opening ceremony is great.
Okay. Hanging out with family and friends and everything, and then
sorry, family.
and then watching other sports.
I really didn't watch that many sports in Rio. It's for sure the opening ceremonies.
Yeah.
I mean, I am interested to watch all my other fellow Americans compete, but you got to take care of business for yourself too. You don't really want to be like sitting in stadium seats and stuff like that for too long. And all the good time with the family, but the opening ceremonies is just too cool.
Yeah. I don't agree. I haven't seen it yet. I'll see it in 2028, but maybe this year. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But congratulations, Andrew, and best of luck in Paris.
Thanks.
All right, we're back on the theme of hometown heroes. Yesterday, we got to speak to Kyree King in the semi. He came out in the final on lane 9, 5th place, 19.90, a PR for him. Like, honestly, amazing race for Kyree, but just fell up short from making that Olympic team, bro.
Yeah, just fell up short, but an amazing season for him. Broke 20, got back under 10 again. So there wasn't much more he could ask for except, making it onto that team. But we definitely wanted to follow up with him.
Yeah.
Just knowing that we talked to him the other day and knowing that he's one of our boys, from the IE. So always.
It's just hard, man. This 200 team is one of the hardest teams to make on the men and women's side. And when you have some 3 individuals solid like Ariane, Kenny, and Noah, like, it's always going to be hard for Kyree.
For sure, man. But without further ado, Kyree. All right, Kai, appreciate you coming back again.
Yes, sir.
5th place today. I know you wanted better than that.
Yeah.
But I feel like this was a great year for you, just all around.
Yeah, I've been working this year, man. This was the most important year for me. I feel like with everything that's happened throughout my career, I feel like this year was the year I finally put it together. Like, all right, I know what I got to do. I know where I stand and what I need to do to push forward.
And how is this year gonna affect your confidence going forward? How is this just change how you see yourself stepping to the line?
Oh man, I don't care what happens. I don't think anything gonna shake my confidence. Every time I step on the line, I'm gonna win. It's a shock to me when I lose. That's why you see me out there and I'm looking
yeah. You don't train to lose.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't think it's gonna shake my confidence. Obviously it hurts to come out here and get 5th, not make the team, but I left it all out there. I can't be too upset. I did what I had to do. I mean, I figured I needed a 19.8. It turned out I needed a 19.7. So, I can't be too mad at it.
Yeah, even I was looking, and I don't know if this is right, I was looking at World Athletics. I feel like UPR, you ran like 9.97 this year?
Yeah, my PR was 96. I ran 97 in that semi. And I did what I needed to do, but I still didn't make it based off of the selection and stuff like that. So that was tough too, but I can't do nothing about it.
What do you think was the big difference maker to give you that push this year to get you where you were at?
I think it was more confidence. I was more confident in my training, what I needed to do, and I felt like I was more consistent every time I stepped on the track. Every race, I felt like I did that. I did that. Every race, it felt like I was hitting everything I needed to hit, and then coming into here, it just hit perfectly.
I mean, 5th place in the 200. Is relay pool, is that an option? I mean, you were at World Athletics.
Yeah, the Bahama Road Relays.
Yeah, is that a chance in the conversation?
I hope so. I mean, I feel like I made a good argument this whole season. I mean, we put up a 47.3 in May. I came out here and I PR'd. I ran great in the 100. I mean, I don't know. I put up a good argument, so we're going to see. Hopefully they make a good decision, make the right decision, put me on there, but
yeah.
We'll see.
All right, well, you did everything that you could, man, and it's been great just meeting you.
Yeah.
Since Joshua told me, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
He's homie for the IU? How did I not know that? But we're going to be watching you closely, bro. Just appreciate your time, man.
I appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
Tonight was all about the 200s, and Kenny Bednarek, he got the job done. 2nd place in the 200, right behind Noah Lyles. Ariane Knighton was 3rd, but Kenny Bednarek has been consistent all year. A surprise in the 100, honestly, but now in the 200, his bread and butter. We're sending this great team again. A possible sweep can happen, but we got to talk to Kenny, and it was a great conversation.
Shoot, a sweep would be crazy. But no, Kenny, I feel like I felt his personality a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He's another guy he said unbothered. You'll see what I'm talking about. But definitely, he is that type of dude. Yeah, I'm just excited. It was cool to see him battling against Noah, and I feel like he has a lot more left in the tank. I feel like he's just getting started.
Yeah, let's hear from Kenny.
All right, Kenny. Olympian.
Yep.
And the 1 and the 2,
yeah.
Man. a lot of people did not expect to see you in that 100, I don't think.
I mean, that's fine. I mean, a lot of people are going to have their opinions, but I knew what I had in me, and I knew what I was capable of, and I just made sure to get the job done.
I feel like you're Mr. Consistent, bro. Like I feel like you're always making teams. You're always in the mix.
I mean, that just speaks with my talent. I mean, I get the job done every single time just because I have heart and I just stay focused all the time. I mean, if I'm gonna, just mentally is pretty much where it at. Like physically, I'm always there, but mentally, I gotta make sure that I get the job done.
So Kenny, today you're on our podcast right now. You're on the Two Black Nerds podcast.
Oh, okay.
And what we've been asking all of the Olympians today is like, what are the characteristics of yourself that you feel like make you successful and to be an Olympian?
I would say that I'm just unbothered. I don't let too many things get in my head, and that's honestly one of the reasons why I'm as successful as I am, and I'm a hard worker, and I just make sure that, I just stay focused and have fun.
I feel that. I mean, you say you're unbothered. I really feel like
I literally don't let anything bother me.
Yeah, you seem like that. You seem like that for sure. But we're also thinking, are there any like quirks about yourself that you think help you be successful too?
Quirks.
Anything that people wouldn't think like, oh, like that, but that somehow helps me be great at what I do.
I'm just quiet. That's the only thing. I just quiet guy, and honestly, that's it. I just make sure to just keep to myself, stay to myself, and just focus. I'm always in my head, just trying to just come up with scenarios on how to be better, and that's it.
Yeah. And last question I got is we call it a podium. We want you to rank these top 3 things for you. So the first one is the opening ceremony at the Olympics. Spending time with your family and friends over in Paris at the Olympics. Mm-hmm. And then last is going to be going to watch other sports. How would you rank those top 3?
First one, family. And what was the
family, opening ceremony, watching other sports at the Olympics.
And rank that?
Yeah, rank those.
So I would say family first, opening ceremony, and then seeing other athletes.
Who from your family is coming out with you?
My girlfriend, my mom, and I think my mom's brother is coming. So, and then I also got my team, so they're part of my family as well.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
That's dope. Well, congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
On the 1 and the 2.
Appreciate
it. On the 4x1.
Yep. Finally.
Yeah. We gonna see you on the 4x4.
We'll see.
Yeah.
If they want my help, I'll be there.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's definitely.
I can give them a 44. So, yeah.
Well, congrats on the day, bro. Really just awesome being able to watch your career.
I appreciate it.
Couple years, man.
Yeah, it's been pretty good. This year we're changing the narrative, and I decided just putting the world on notice.
All right. You just getting started too.
Oh yeah, for sure. We are just getting started. This is just a little warm up. This is a tune up.
All right, so that's it for day 9. An amazing day. We didn't get to talk to all of the beasts. We got Gabby the day before. Didn't get to talk to her here. Didn't talk to Noah Lyles. But before we get out of here, I think we got to talk about the 200. That was definitely the show yesterday. We also had the 10K and these other events, but all eyes were on the 200 when the women lined up and when the men lined up. First, the women. Kyree misses the team. She finishes 4th. McKenzie Long, she makes it. Brittany Brown, surprise, 2nd place, like she always. It shouldn't be a surprise anymore. It's no longer a surprise. It's no longer a surprise anymore. And I just want to say I also called that, but right before the line, I called that too. I just want to say that too. And then Gabby Thomas gets the win. What were your thoughts on the 200, Aaron?
We're sitting, me and Josh were sitting in the stands chilling, and then Don Harper's husband, Zoe, he was a hurler and everything too, and he was like telling us how, in the past couple of years, the scientists have determined, not even determined, but it's been proven that lanes 6, 7, and 8.
What is the outer lanes?
The outer lanes are, when you look at physics of part of it, it's the best for getting momentum around the curve and how you have to take that into consideration. And in the past, it was lanes 4 and 5 that everyone wanted. So it was really interesting thinking about that going into the race because you had Gabby Thomas in was she in lane 6?
She was in lane 7.
She was in lane 7, McKenzie Long in lane 6.
Lane 8, and then Brittany Brown in lane 9.
Kyree was in 6. Kyree was in 6. McKenzie was in
8.
And then
8.
8, and Brittany was in 9.
Yeah, I believe
so. We knew going into it, Kyree is going to have to, get out really hard and run down some of the greatest athletes was a Brittany Brown.
Yeah, but she was going to have to run down people that are second half runners that once they get into their top speed, they're even faster.
Yeah. So I don't know. It just makes me think about I think that needs to be talked about more. Just thinking about the strategy that's going into the race and how a lane will be better for a runner based off how they race and how that can determine a team. Because I most definitely had Kyree as a lock just based off how she looked in those past 2 rounds. But we still are bringing an amazing team. Brittany Brown, she's a 2019 world silver medalist. So she is proven at the world stage. So I was just super happy to see her make the team. I guess I was more surprised that McKenzie Long made over Abby and Kyree, in my opinion. But she's been the story the past 2 months.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be exciting to continue to hear more about her story as we get closer to the Olympics.
Yeah, it's definitely telling with just the lane things of just how fast and how talented all of these women are. Gabby has the potential of running a 21.5 or wherever it may be, or 21.3, but if she doesn't have the right lane, she can lose to anybody on that line. And that just that's the U.S. Olympic trials. You know what I mean? Christian Coleman getting 4th in the 1 and the 2, barely missing the team. And he is a world champion in the past. Just lanes do matter. And it is a game. It's a game of inches. It's a game of middle seconds, hundredths of a second to really get that championship in all the factors.
And the rounds matter.
Yeah.
The rounds matter because that kind of determines where you're going to be. But at the end of the day, it's just when you think about distance races, it's there's different strategies. Some people sit and kick, some people lead from the front, and sometimes you just got to be able to adjust regarding on what the situation is.
Yeah.
So I think that was just a very interesting aspect of the 200 that we got to see play out.
Then the men's 200 ended up being the boring pick, honestly. Noah Lyles, Kenny Bednarek, and then Ariane Knight, and kind of squeezing out to that second position. Christian Coleman and Kyree King were right on Ariane, but he pulled it out, and we're sitting the same team from Tokyo to Paris, but hopefully this time we can get that 1, 2, 3 American sweep and not 2, 3, 4.
Well, if y'all didn't see, the Jamaicans are running fast right now in the trials. Had a guy run 9.7 or something. So I don't know who their 200 team is, but the talk of this race to me was Noah did his thing, but he wasn't dominant. Kenny was right on him.
I don't know. I felt like he was pretty dominant to me, to be honest. He didn't lose.
He didn't lose.
I wasn't scared of him losing at all. I didn't feel threatened. I don't think he felt threatened at all this week.
He may have not felt threatened, but I think Kenny can walk away with this with confidence.
Yeah, for sure.
He's right there, and he's still just getting started.
Well, I think the more confidence is coming from, he made it in the 100. That's a big confidence boost for him.
Yeah, and literally that's what Noah did last year. He was I improved my 100. So my 200 is going to be on point. And Kenny, I'm not saying he's copying him, but he has his own strategy. And I'm just saying I don't think he's someone to be. I think he's someone that is consistently underestimated, and he's not someone to be underestimated, in my opinion.
No, yeah, most definitely. He's definitely not copying, though. It's just that he got to work on his weakness, and his weakness was getting out the speed, and he got that now. And just as he's proven that it may be just as good as Noah. So the right lane on the right day,
just the right race.
Kenny can be the Olympic champion, but that's why we line up and that's why we race.
And Ariane, he made the team. I mean, I feel like he hasn't ran, he hasn't ran much. So we'll see over this next month or so how he continues to develop. But we have a great team.
Yeah, bro.
We have a great team going into this, so you can't really complain.
The team sweeped in 2022 at the World Championships. Like I said, 2, 3, 4. Last year, what did they finish? Was it 1, 2, 3 last year as well at Budapest? I can't remember. Does anyone remember?
In the 2?
Yeah.
I think it was 1, 2.
Or did Ariane get 4th? I can't remember. I'm pretty sure Kenny medaled. But yeah, this team in the past 4 years has been phenomenal. Ariane, Kenny, and Noah. That's a hard team to crack. That's why when we were talking to Kyree earlier, it's just he ran 19.9, but it's you're literally racing against the best U.S. 200 meters, not even the best, some of the best world 200-meter runners ever, in the world ever, with Ariane, Kenny, and Noah Lyles. that's hard to break into, and it's just a matter of who's the best on that day when it comes to it. So, but I seen a video when Noah was kind of saying all he needs now is an Olympic championship and a world record. So expect something fast trying to come from that Olympic final for sure.
Most definitely. I mean, expect a W. I think the USA is definitely going to get a W, but what's the time going to be?
Well, Andre DeGrasse may be thinking otherwise, but we'll see. Appreciate y'all listening in. One more day of Two Black Runners at the Olympic Trials tomorrow. And yeah, man, just getting you all the coverage that we can in the mixed zone. Some fun stuff too. And we'll see y'all later. Anything else?
That's all I got, man. I appreciate y'all for tapping in with us throughout the whole trials. We'll see, man. We got one more day. So it's going to be a lot. We got the 15, women's 15, men's 5K. We got the women's 100 hurdles. It's just going to be, I'm super excited to see what's going to happen. We got the men's 800.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of these races are kind of open. It's not just determined, Yeah. It's not set in stone.
It's going to be interesting.
So I think the next pod is going to be fire.
Yeah. So we'll see y'all tomorrow. Let's get it.